What's up, everybody? If you haven't been following, we just arrived in Rome this morning at like 11 o'clock. So 11 o'clock our time is actually like
6 hours different.
Yeah, it's like what?
From New York time.
3 in the morning or something like that, New York time. Yeah. So we arrived this morning. We pretty much flew from Raleigh to Atlanta, and then from Atlanta to Rome. So all in all, we were on a plane for like 12 hours.
Yeah.
So
I think we had two 2-hour kind of layovers. So when we arrived at RDU, there was a 2-hour wait. Then we went to Hartsfield Jackson for the Atlanta airport, and there was a 2-hour wait. But we were able to, I guess, start boarding at like around 7:15. So it was actually pretty nice. And then our flight left is probably right at 8 o'clock. And then we were on that flight to Fiumicino in Rome for 9 hours. So it was decent. We definitely flew basic economy on both legs of the flight. It is not the most comfortable, especially for my husband, who is over 6 foot tall. It was very uncomfortable, I think, for him, trying to, kind of get his bearings, get in a seat that was comfortable and that fit, and then trying to sleep during that time, which is what we tried to do. So we made sure we had energy for the next day because we knew that there was going to be a 6-hour jump ahead. But we managed, so we made it. It was fine. But I think next go around, we probably want to upgrade to at least main cabin or something higher.
So for France, we're probably going to upgrade to get better seats, so that way we have a little more space, because it is really difficult to get comfortable to sleep in the little seats, because it was literally just me and my wife sitting next to each other, but it wasn't so much space. And then
we played Tetris trying to sleep.
And then it was so many people trying to walk up and down aisles, using the bathroom, or the flight attendants moving back and forth. It was just really difficult for you to get comfortable enough to get a good amount of sleep. So I maybe slept for 30 minutes, an hour tops, and then I'll wake up, and then you'd be awake for a while, and then you fall back asleep for 30 minutes or an hour. So it wasn't very comfortable,
but we did manage it, and we were able to stay pretty alert for the most part once we did arrive at 11 a.m. At Fiumicino Airport.
So we arrived at Fiumicino Airport, and I will say that the walk to get the baggage claim is kind of out of pocket.
Very windy.
Yeah, it's a lot of walking. It took us maybe 15 minutes to walk from where we arrived to get our bags. But I mean, it wasn't terrible. It was a long walk.
Yeah, it's a nice airport. I mean, and it makes sense because it's the main airport. There are 2 airports in this country, but that's the main hub airport for Rome. So, pretty large, and like I said, very windy because lots of areas and terminals in that airport.
Once we got our bags, we actually had arranged transportation to our hotel, through the hotel. Our driver was waiting for us. He had my wife's name sitting there, just letting us know he was there for us. It was a little bit of a walk to his car. They picked you up from the private party pickup area, and then you walk pretty much we walked to a parking area where he had parked his car. And it was maybe 10 minutes to get there, and the ride from the airport to our hotel was maybe
15 minutes,
20 minutes. And our driver was actually really good. He showed us different places. On the way here, we saw the Coliseum. It wasn't close, but he was the Coliseum's right down there. And you're you looked over, and it was literally the Coliseum.
Yeah, he
right
showed us St. Peter's Basilica. He showed us the United States Embassy, which is really big here. And we're, like I mentioned in my video when we were doing the room tour, the area that we're staying in is near the Villa Borghese area. So near the museum and the gardens and all that. It's actually more of a businessy and residential type area rather than just full of hotels and tourist spots, which is actually quite nice because it's pretty quiet in the evening. It's lots of nice restaurants that locals go to. So I think it's a great area that we landed in.
And so we got to the hotel,
which is the Hotel Romanico Palace.
we got here and we checked in, and our room wasn't ready. Our room wasn't going to be ready till 2 o'clock. So the lady recommended a food spot for us down the street. It was like maybe like a block and a half away. It wasn't terribly far. It was like a couple minute walk.
The restaurant is called La Lampada,
and the food was really good. They gave you bread at the beginning. Me and my wife got some wine and water, and we both ordered the same thing. It was like noodles with like a red meat sauce.
Tagliatelle al ragu.
And the noodles seemed like they were made fresh. Like it wasn't like, you go to like Walmart or something and pick up a box of noodles and make it. The texture of them was not the same as what you would get from that. The sauce was really good. It had a lot of flavor to it. It was just really, it was really good. For our first meal in Italy, I really enjoyed it. The wine was good. The water was water. The bread was good. It was hot, like piping hot when they brought out the kitchen to your table.
The ambiance was nice, and there were a lot of locals. Whenever there are a lot of locals in a restaurant and or there's a line outside of the restaurant, that's an indicator that is a good spot to go to. So we're very happy that we were able to get that recommendation from the front desk. So
we left from there. We still had some time. We got out of there maybe 1:30ish, and we just decided we were going to walk to see what was around here. We wound up walking to one of the main streets in Rome. I don't remember the name of the street. Via Veneto. There we go. And we got gelato from there, and it was a spot there that had gelato, and it was really good.
Which I have the name for it. I just can't remember it offhand. Yeah. So we'll make sure to mention the name of the gelato spot when we upload the video.
Yeah. So we got gelato from there. Sharita got it was
stracciatella, which was milk cream, which seems very similar to I guess you would say a vanilla, but a little bit sweeter, and it had dark chocolate chips in it, and it was fantastic. And I got that in a sugar kind of small waffle cone.
And I got that same thing, but I added on another flavor to it, which was the stracciatella, but then it had hazelnuts in it too, and the hazelnuts gave it a really good crunch. I thought it was delicious. So we're gonna probably try some more gelato spots. Alright, so after we got the gelato, we started walking back towards the hotel because it was after 2 o'clock. Not much after 2 o'clock, it was like 2:05. We get to the hotel and they give us our room, but our room was actually the room they gave us wasn't actually a junior suite. It was a different room. But then we asked the bellman, and he went down to the front desk, and then we called down to the front desk, and they gave us our junior suite, which my wife did a tour of, and we'll have that up on the YouTube channel as well. The link will be in the description. We got our junior suite. We pretty much came in here and put all of our stuff together.
The only complaint I had about check-in was that we did, choose and pay for a junior suite, and they told us that the room that they put us in was actually a higher category suite than what we had asked for. But the main reason why I chose this junior suite is because of the Juliet balconies. That's really one thing that I wanted to have and have the experience of, being able to look out and see the city view of Rome from the comfort of our room. In the room that we were in didn't have the balconies. It actually had a city view, but no way we could, open and stroll out and just, relax with the beautiful sounds of the town. So very happy that we were able to get switched into the category that we wanted, rather than staying in the upper category that they told us that we had. And the room that we came in, room 416, which is really, really nice. The only complaint that I had that this is a non-smoking hotel, and it seemed that maybe the persons that stayed in here before we did maybe smoked with the balcony doors open, but there's still the lingering smell of cigarette smoke here. And this is Europe, so a lot of times there are a lot of folks that still smoke. So that's kind of one of those things that maybe just is unavoidable here. So we just made sure to air out the room. Again, the balconies are great for that, and spray I think we had some Bath and Body Works room scent that's helping with the smell. But generally speaking, we're very happy with the hotel room and the location.
So we checked into our room. We came in here. We pretty much, I fell asleep for 3 hours or so because I was tired. We wound up we wound up going out to dinner this evening. We went to another local restaurant that was maybe a couple blocks away.
Called Al Forno del Sofrita.
And I got the carbonara and what'd you get, Rick?
The amatriciana pasta.
And then we got a pizza, which was a margheriti con prosciutto. So it was a cheese pizza with ham on it, prosciutto on top of it. It was really good.
Really, really good.
And then after we left there, we walked around for a bit, just because we ate a lot of carbs and we were trying to walk that off for a while. And then we wound up coming back to the hotel room. So we our first day in Rome has been tiring because we flew a lot and traveled a lot. It's like, but it's been really rewarding too. I've enjoyed it. I've enjoyed the city, and I've enjoyed the culture, and the people tend to be very nice. So I've enjoyed myself so far.
Yeah, looking forward to tomorrow. Tomorrow we have a tour of the Villa Borghese Museum and the gardens. So really excited about doing that tomorrow, and then just having again a day to explore Rome and see what landmarks we can experience while we're here.
So make sure, if you haven't subscribed, make sure you subscribe to the channel so you can get those videos and stay up to date with all of our travel experiences, because this trip we're here for 5 days and then we go back on Monday. But then in June we're actually going back out to Paris with our oldest child for her graduation gift.
But you forgot one of the biggest things about this trip.
What's that?
Kid free. So we're really trying to have a good time without the kids.
So yeah, so no kids, just me and the wife, and we're gonna try to show you guys as much as we can about Rome during that time. So like I said, if you haven't, make sure you subscribe, like the video, and we'll talk to you guys tomorrow.